Hi, I'm Ross Waugh of Waugh Infrastructure Management and InfraManage, and today I've been looking at a whole series of videos built around this particular report here, Infrastructure Management Forecasting the Changes to 2030 from the Ingenium Conference 2013 in Dunedin in June. And this paper is a 63-page paper. It's up on wauginfrastructure.com under resources, as are the conference slides. The conference had very tight scheduling. I had 20 minutes to produce that paper, and so I undertook for people that wanted a bit more detail to unpack it, which is what we've done in these videos. And so this is the last of the series of videos, just looking at the conclusion, pulling all the ideas together, and just pulling together what is in this report. And so just to conclude, looking across the whole of the report, New Zealand has been doing well economically in international terms. There are multiple fiscal and demographic challenges that are ahead of New Zealand, both at a whole of economy level and in the demographics. Also looking at the change of a rapidly ageing population and population shifts northwards in New Zealand to Auckland and the Upper North Island. New Zealand's also a country that's had a long history of people liking to spend other people's money. And so it's how do we slice up that fiscal pie? Infrastructure at the moment is about 7% of total GDP that we can work out, and but there's a lot of demands on our GDP. People, social services, and poverty, and health, and superannuation, and various benefits and things like that. And so the constraint is going to be there fiscally, and there's going to be demands for where does the money go. Councils also, who look after half the country's infrastructure in terms of capital value, are going to be quite constrained in revenue. And we looked at in earlier videos the fact that all of councils' revenue sources are constrained. We have this growth going on in New Zealand, but most of the population growth is in the 65 plus population, and that's going to change, I guess, the demand for service levels. It's going to change the willingness to pay for services as well. We think that that's going to lead to multiple urban network changes with an intensification of town centres and the development of scooter zones, the need for rethinking our planning and rethinking our town centre and our close urban infrastructure as we renew and replace infrastructure as well. We think in transportation there's going to be a lot more hierarchy differentiation and possibly specified and funded service levels within that hierarchy. At the same time though, we still need to build out quite a number of expressways, and they're going to have quite high capital costs. I think about another 10 billion over perhaps the next 20 years or 30 years. And then, of course, increased maintenance costs with those larger assets. As a result of all this change, we think that there's going to need to be a lot more modelling, and wanted to promote the DTIMS modelling package that's owned by IDS and the RAM software, and obviously much more need for expenditure optimisation. We are going to have to work out how to do more with less money. And the money that we do get is going to have stronger business cases, better modelling, better optimisation, better business cases. Other sectors want the money that the infrastructure sector is getting, and so we're going to have to put our best foot forward in that area. With the urban form changes, which also is coinciding with asset lifecycle changes, we need to be doing a fair bit of thinking about how does this impact on our asset provision and our renewals, and how does it change them around. And it is going to require new and different assets, and we looked at that in some detail in the slides and in the previous videos. Out in the rural area, it's fair to say that there will be some rural towns that might just come down to nothing, or very close to it, and demographics are going to take care of this. So with all those factors, I think one of the things that we're going to have to do is make sure that we're building the right assets in the right place and in the right form. Simply, we do not have any fiscal space in New Zealand to be wasting money. Having said that, and in this last slide, there's a picture there of Auckland Harbour with the Auckland City Centre in behind and North Head there. It's still pretty good in this country. We have an enviable lifestyle. We're in the top 10 countries for our total well-being and lifestyles and things like that. And so whilst the paper has looked at a number of challenges, those challenges are occurring within an environment that encourages innovation, with plenty of time to make the changes we need to. And so I would like to encourage you at the end of this presentation to look positively on these challenges, to be encouraged by the chance to help our society meet these challenges, and to look forward to providing great infrastructure to our society. Thanks very much.